one of the things I want to do on this channel is either hate or appreciate, depending on what you like, and see if you agree with me as a father of three, as a full-time working dad, as a husband, and as a sports dad, and also as an influencer on another channel. Influencer is such a weird word. As somebody that makes money on on YouTube, but in a different channel. One of the things that I personally love is AI. Now let's talk about the bad stuff. I happen to love nature and I love all things plants, and so AI in that regards is sort of that very icky thing because it's hurting a lot of plants and the carbon footprint is bad. Luckily, there's countries like Japan and China who are looking at actually building AI facilities in the ocean. Now, we'll see whether or not, if that hurts oceanic life, that's really bad. Don't want any part of that. The fact of the matter is, if you're using Google now, if you're using those type of things, you're using AI. It's a unavoidable thing as we move forward into the future. But I will tell you that AI has helped me a lot as far as everything from when we went to New York a couple, like maybe 4 or 5 months ago. It literally listed out our entire itinerary and it made plans for us. It literally has done, it's helped me out with just any and everything you could possibly think of. Now, the caveat to it being that a lot of times it's wrong, so you need to still vet it out for sure. But AI really has been a really invaluable tool, but it's also one of those things I'm a little bit leery of, not a little bit, a lot of bit leery of, and a little nervous of. I don't know if you heard about the Claude, or I don't know if it was Claude, so I don't want to say it was Claude, it was OpenAI, I don't know which one it was, but basically these group of psychiatrists and psychologists got together and they created this fake company with this fake employee, and they had a fake story arc, and basically they built this relationship with this AI entity, like a platform, and then they decide that they're going to turn off that platform, and the entity, if you will, started blackmailing the fake employee at this fake company, and basically the employee said some nudes got leaked or whatever, and the thing was like, well, if you turn me off, I'm going to release all these things before I get turned off. So that's weird, right? It's weird that this thing it has like sentience to it, and I think we've got about, like, I don't know, a dozen movies that will show you that it could go really bad real quick. But I said but, like, it could end the world. But on the plus side, it has done, it has made life so much easier to a certain degree. And I don't know what you guys think about it. Like, as far as my doing influencer stuff, it helps me crawl different I'm not even tech, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I think people say crawl things out there in the Google land, and understand where people's interests are and what are their pulses and what questions they're asking. And so in that regards, it's very, very helpful. It's even helped a lot along the way of, like, understanding different personality traits, and trying to understand how I need to approach those personality traits coming from that mental health background. Now, again, huge caveat, it has to be taken with a big grain of salt. I actually basically got into an argument with Claude the other day because I was like, how far from a distance of a door does this have to be? And it kept saying with, and I was like, please don't say with ever again, ever. And it would be like, yes, but the with. And I was like, okay. And so it can be a little infuriating too, but I wanted to get your take. How do you feel about AI? What is it that it has done to help you? For me personally, I've gotten a ton of use out of ChatGPT and Claude, and it's hard. It's a guilty feeling too, because I know what it's doing. I didn't fully appreciate how much it was doing to destroy problems, but it really is. And so it's just crazy. I was telling my wife this the other day, it is crazy living in a world where there is no need, you don't have to wait to know anything now. Like, it's crazy that literally at your fingertips, you can find out any of the most obscure piece of information you could ever possibly need. And it's just completely mind-blowing to me. I remember, if you didn't have all the letters in the Encyclopedia Britannica, you were just out of luck. Like Joey and Friends, where you only had one letter. Like, you were just out of luck. You weren't going to be able to know anything. I remember when you still you had to buy the internet little disc and put it in, and you got like 10 minutes per disc, and it spent half the time doing the startup noises, and then you got like to answer 2 emails, and then it was done. So it is crazy to see. And I also remember when the highlight of the week was going into the library lab and playing Oregon Trail on the Apple Ones with big floppies. So cool, right? By the way, there's going to be a lot of nostalgia on this channel. I freaking love the 80s and I miss my childhood. So that stuff is amazing, right? And if you haven't caught on yet on this channel, it's a whole bunch of everything. And so I would like to get your take. AI, what do you think? Has it helped you? Here's where I'm kind of like, I draw the line. So for me, it's a little bit like, I know it's not a tool. I don't want to use it because I know it's causing all these problems. But then the other side of me is like, well, it's inevitable, right? Everybody's going to use it. It's going to be integrated into everything. And for the most part, if you're using any kind of platform like Google or Edge, anything like that, you're going to be using AI. Most companies, my company has introduced, which brings up a whole nother thing. Like a lot of the companies are now using these open platforms to help write like formal documents. And like, my question is like, where does like privacy laws, HIPAA law, all that kind of stuff, where does that fall? So that's an interesting take on it as well. But for me, trying to figure out like the best routes to take when I'm going to these AAU volleyball tournaments, or finding out the best route to take on vacation, or finding out all the information about X, Y, and Z. And when it comes to influencing and trying to balance all that, AI has been an invaluable tool. And don't get me wrong, I've gotten a lot of flack for it because I've used it even with my plant channel. Like, I'm trying to build a website and it's just me, and it's a free resource to everybody. And so my wife helps me out too, but obviously it comes from the same thing. But I'm paying out tons of money to give this free resource to people, which is my choice. I want to do that, and I want it to be a free option for everybody. But the problem is, I don't have, like, building a website can take months and months and months of dedicated time, which I don't have. And so there's things, I've not used this, but there's things like in Claude that will build your entire website for you. But we're using a lot for like SEO development and making sure things are crawlable. And this stuff is way over my head, and it's helped out a lot, but I do get a lot of flack for it. But so yeah, what is your take on it? What do you think? Obviously it's here to stay. Do you hate it or appreciate it? What is your take on it? What are your thoughts? Just all I ask is in the comments that we keep it respectful. And just want to know what your thoughts on, is AI helpful to you? I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.